There's a story of a man named Joel. He went out to go to get his brother out of jail. And then he got home and he saved his daughter from a man flesh-eating, parasitical, crazy old lady. The Last of Us. The Last of Us.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba.
This is the story of The Last of Us.
Ba-da-ba-da-da. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host and brother Bill. How you doing?
I'm doing great, doing good. How are y'all doing out there, in America and I guess some parts of London and Istanbul? How y'all doing today?
How are y'all lovely people doing? I'm sure you're doing great, because you just watched the premiere of The Last of Us on HBO Max. I'm Jedi Master Grayson. I'm here with the Drunk Banthas channel, and we're here to talk about Last of Us, based off of the video game series of the same name. Very popular video game series. Last of Us video game became one of the biggest best-selling video games, selling over 1.3 million units in its first week, and 17 million by the end of that quarter. So it's a huge game.
Hadn't seen it.
Popular. Never played it. Yeah, I never played it either. So you never played it, never seen anybody play it, anything like that?
No, watch somebody play it. No, I ain't seen nobody play it. No, I'm not going to take offense to that. I'm just going to rein in my aggression, because I was about to get mad right then when you asked me that, because I'm like, well, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, there have been times where I'll go over somebody's house and was like, oh, I've never played this game before. It looks fun, but never really checked it out.
Well, I'm just saying, I realized those things happen, and that's why I didn't get mad at you just now. I stopped myself from being really upset with you. I love you, so I'm not gonna be mad at you. But no, I never played this game, never seen this game. I guess I should punch myself in the face, because it's like one of the most popular things of all time.
Yes,
I'm the one that's weird.
No, I mean, there's a lot of games out there.
If you sell 1 billion of anything, and it's people who don't know about it, they're the weird ones.
I mean, it's definitely very popular. I've actually, one of my friends is did some voice acting for Last of Us 2.
Look at me, look at me, Louie. That's what you just did.
And there's
try to name drop out here.
No.
I guess you didn't say a name drop. I mean a name. So
yeah, I didn't say a name. But I will say that it is very definitely one of those really popular things where there's a big spoiler, I guess, of the second game. I've never even played either of them, but I know just because of how upset people were when the second game came out that I just there's something I guess I spoiled myself for the TV show, just because it's everybody knows Darth Vader is Luke's dad. So sometimes these things.
Whoa! Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
Luke's dad is Darth Vader.
I know you probably it's hard to believe. I probably should have put a spoiler alert up there for you.
Man,
guys.
you messed me up.
But guys, let's talk.
I guess I don't have to watch any more of those movies.
Let's talk about what we're talking about. Just initial thoughts before we get into the plot. What did you think? Well, first of all,
everybody who is still actually watching this long in the video, if you're actually still watching, please like and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, please leave a comment and let us know that you like this episode, or that you didn't like this episode. You know what I'm saying? We like criticism.
Yeah. Tell us what we can improve on.
Somebody once said some really weird racist things in the comments once. We take those too, and we don't take them down.
Yeah.
We leave them up.
I mean,
if you put something racist in there, I mean, look, whatever.
Well, thanks for watching, I guess.
No, not I guess.
But you don't have to.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate your view. But initial thoughts. You go with your initial thoughts first.
My initial thoughts. I thought it was a solid first episode. I thought it was an interesting way of diving into this world, especially me not knowing anything about it. It was cool the way we just like establish little differences from things, because we've all seen zombie movies and zombie TV shows, but they do a good job of like, I like how the zombies in this show are designed. I like the dystopian world that they've kind of introduced. Like there is sort of like a status quo. It's just not like really every man for himself. It probably is that way outside of the wall, which I'm sure we'll see as the series progresses. But yeah, I dug so far the way everything is being laid out so far.
Is that a Brad Pitt impersonation you're trying to do?
Brad Pitt impersonation?
That laid out so far. That part. No, that wasn't my Aldo Rain impression.
But yeah, great movie, great performance. I think that was a compliment.
Yeah, I would agree with just about everything that you said, except for, you said in this world. I'm not disagreeing with anything. You just said in this world, and the only thing I thought about was, or the first thing I thought about, and the only thing I've been able to think about since is some people choose to see the darkness in this world.
Oh, what is that from? Westworld. Right?
Westworld. Some people choose to see the darkness in this world.
R.I.P. Westworld.
Oh, right. You know what? When I said it to myself, I was like, he's gonna say R.I.P. Westworld.
Hey, I mean, we're replacing one HBO epic with another.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like this show is really good, and it's got to have a lot of eyeballs on it. I think even people who aren't fans of the show, I think, are gonna watch this. But let's talk about like how the show opened up.
Yeah, do the part that you do. Do that part.
The year is 1961. The show opens up on this like talk show where we get to see Big Head, the little brother from The Mummy, and Lurch from the Addams Family. I don't know who this other actor is, but he kind of looks like Lurch from the Addams Family.
Why is he not Lurch? He should have been Lurch at least 1 or 2 times.
Right? No makeup required.
He was an ugly ass nigga. It's basically what you just said.
What do you think of this opening? Yeah. I mean, he's got a face. He's not
very nice. Very nice. I liked it.
He's got one of those character.
No sarcasm here. No sarcasm. I'm very much so enjoying it.
He was like 2 feet taller than everybody sitting down, so I can't imagine how tall that dude really is.
He's actually only like 6'2". He's just sitting next to some really short actors.
Actually, yeah, Big Head and this other guy are really, really short. But what did you think of this scene where we get sort of like a foreshadowing, subtle foreshadowing?
Ooh, I mean, it was cool. I'm mad because I probably won't see Big Head no more. And then the dude from The Mummy. And Lurch. I liked it, Lurch. I'm sad. I wanted to see those guys. I wanted them to be. I was like, oh, we're going to get to see these guys. And then I was like, wait a minute. This isn't going to be set in that time period. I don't like this.
I don't like it.
I got over it. But now you just brought it up and you kind of just like peeling the scab back a little bit. And so now I'm sad. This probably won't go well for the rest of this podcast.
I'm in a bad mood now.
Bad mood again.
It was a really nice scene. It kind of reminded me of like the opening of this movie I watched recently called Tar, where it also just like it opens with a kind of a benign interview.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers for Tar.
Right.
That movie's amazing. But it does also open up with this sort of like benign interview where they kind of just like gives you an insight of like what might happen later. And I like how they just kind of sort of talk about the virus and as we're gonna come to know it. That way we don't have to have a clunky exposition of what it is later on in the show. I'd be really happy if this is the only explanation we really get of what
you need an explanation for little Mormont, the little bear.
Oh yeah, the littlest Mormont. Yeah, I forgot. We do. We probably are going to get.
Let's just skip ahead. Big time
explanation for that. Oh no, yeah, we'll get there. And you guys, I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen the episode, or you're expecting some spoilers because we're gonna spoil the fuck out of this.
Yeah, baby, we spilling all the tea on everything. I already know who everybody fucking and everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, who you need to talk to?
I got you.
I got you. What you need to know.
Then fast forward to I guess like 2003 maybe. Because I don't remember them saying what the year was. But we fast forward to Boston. We see Pedro Pascal.
It's 2003 because it's 20 years later.
Right. Yeah. But we see him with his little daughter, teenage daughter. We get to see them having a life before basically the virus breaks out.
There's a virus in this movie. It's actually a fungal eye, and it builds up in your body, and it turns you into a zombie.
You kind of sound like the little dude from Jurassic Park, the little DNA guy.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was going for. I was going for a cross between him and Elmer, the dude from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Like, he's like, there's a man in there who'll pay you $50 to talk into a speaker box.
Oh yeah, I forget that guy's name, Tim something. Yeah, yeah, I love that guy. Fun guy. Man. I liked all this little build up where you get to see, you know, the relationship between him and his daughter, and you also get that cool little scene with the old lady freaking out in the background.
Yeah, that was like some David Copperfield shit. I was like, oh shit!
That was
that white lady. Like, you know how it's like a scary moment in a movie or a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you know it's really scary when you really actually don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm not really scared, I like, you know, not that I actually get scared, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm not actually concerned what's gonna happen, I'm just like, oh, like I say something loud, like crazy, you know, like
right.
But then when I'm like watching it, and then like that shit happens, and I'm like kind of stuck, like I'm actually captivated, like, oh shit, what the fuck's about to happen? I'm like, they not fixing to kill this little girl, is it?
Yeah, they had some like really effective moments there.
They definitely blew that out of the water for me. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So they end up. Oh, this motherfucker is a terrible father. This is what they tried to get across. He's a good father, but he's a bad father. You know, he's like late all the time, doing all the shit, blah blah blah, workaholic.
Yeah, they don't say anything about the mom, do they?
Nope. Didn't say she was dead. Didn't say she was alive.
Yeah.
Ambiguous.
Right. But we just, you know, get the idea that he's struggling doing the single dad thing.
But his brother's helping him. His brother's there.
Yeah, his brother's hanging out, helping
I don't know nothing about brothers helping other brothers. I don't know nothing about that. I don't have no frame of reference with any of that.
Don't know nothing about it. Haven't seen it.
Brothers,
not my lifetime.
Not my lifetime. Brothers helping brothers. I don't know nothing about it. Brothers working together to like financially benefit off of things in life. I don't know nothing about that.
Don't know nothing about it.
Couldn't relate. I couldn't relate. That part went right over my head. Right over my head.
But yeah, then like, we get little for foreshadowing moments or pensive moments where we see like these military planes flying overhead, and it's just like a
crazy
sort of
shit on the news.
Yeah.
Radio announcements that people's not listening to. Nobody listening to anything. Why y'all even playing any of this stuff? Like, why is the radio even on? Like, for the emergency broadcast station, and like y'all not listening. Y'all listening to the news. Y'all got the news on. Like, why do you have the news on? You're not even listening to what's on the news. I couldn't understand that. Like, that part was really dumb.
Yeah, like very few shows or movies in like these zombie movies like show really like, I mean, we have plenty of distractions in life that keep us from paying attention to shit that's right in front of us. It's important, but very few movies and TV shows like show that. They just like have us not paying attention to it. It's like, well, show why she's not paying attention to it,
right?
But But nitpicky stuff. Nevertheless, it's one of those things that people kind of don't pay attention to.
Zombie movie tropes. Those zombie movie tropes. You gotta have them, man.
Gotta have them. Then like Pedro gets a call where he has to go pick up, or he has to bail out his brother from jail. And in the middle of the night, shit goes sideways. World turns upside down. There's reports on the news telling people to stay inside.
For some reason, lights are like exploding green fermented colors.
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm like, what the fuck? I thought it was just a virus. Like, what the fuck is going on? Is it aliens and a virus?
Right.
Is aliens a virus and aliens?
Well, the army decided they were gonna
Well, yeah, but in the army too. You gotta fight the army. You gotta fight aliens. You gotta fight.
Well, the army said that they're gonna switch things up. You're gonna make things a little bit more colorful. They're gonna have our grenades have like green and pink colors.
I don't know, man. I know I didn't just say anything right then, but like that's how confused I was right then. Like it was trippy. But
that was weird.
Get in the motherfucking car is all I need to know because it was going down. Grandma Ma was out here eating up niggas' faces. And fuck that dude who told the little girl, like, okay, so the little girl, she goes in to the house of her neighbor and she sees blood on the ground.
Right.
And then she steps in, she sees her neighbor, one of her neighbors, the dude, on the ground, bleeding out, and he says, "Help me."
Right.
You bitch, you knew what the fuck was over there.
You knew the game.
And then you look over there like, yo, this bitch right there, fuck her up real quick.
You should have said run.
Yeah, exactly. You give a fuck about this girl, you should have told her, run.
Right. Although, knowing this little girl, she probably would have done the same thing because she's a fucking idiot. Like at the beginning, like she sees on the news, it says, "Oh, everybody in the entire nation needs to stay inside your homes and just like wait for further instruction." What does she do? She opens up the door, and even the dog is smarter than she is. The dog's like, "Let me inside. Let's lock the doors. Yeah. Let's stay. Let's chill."
See, let me tell you something. This is what's wrong with kids these days. Let me tell you something. I know this is 2003, but listen, y'all ain't watching enough. Y'all ain't watching enough Lassie growing up. Because if you watched Lassie, you would know how to talk dog. Dog comes up to the window. What's going on, boy? When he say, "Roo, roo," you say, "Oh shit."
Right.
What's going on? What happened? Then he go whining. When he gets all up on you, it's danger.
Pay attention to the signals.
Then you go off to the porch and he start barking. Get your ass back in the house. That's what that means. It's danger. Listen, this has been a translation for dog into English for you. I did it for you.
That dog is probably thrived during the zombie apocalypse because he was smarter than everybody else. There's a lot of dumb people stuff going on because there was that. Her walking out and just spending majority of her time after she woke up after seeing that shit outside. And then she gets chased by the zombie old lady. And then her dad says, "Get in the truck." She doesn't get in the truck. Like, why are you spending so it's just so many people being dumb. But it's a zombie movie. People gotta be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's like one of them things you say you would do this if this happened, and if this happened, I would do this. You don't know how you would react, but I feel like I would be getting in the motherfucking truck though. Yeah. This bitch just almost got ate.
She just don't listen.
She was eating Miss Eight. What was it? The Arders, the Odors?
Oh, the Adlers, I think.
The Adlers. Yeah. She's eating Miss Adler's neck up.
Right? She couldn't eat a goddamn biscuit earlier that morning. She out here chewing niggas up. You need to get in the truck.
Yeah, man. That was motherfucking crazy, dog.
But what did you think of the scene after that where like the plane crashes? Like,
the whole shit was dope. Like from the time they jumped in the truck, after that, nothing really too stupid happened. It was like, it was really dope. It was really dope. I liked it. I like Jimmy. They like built him up really well with just one episode and a few scenes. You've already kind of got an idea about this character.
Yeah. Joel, Pedro.
No, Tommy.
Oh, Tommy. Yeah.
Tommy. I say Jimmy. I probably said Jimmy. I don't know. Look, I've been drinking.
Hey, it's the name of the game.
There was football on today, and I watched it. That means I was drinking.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah, I'm glad you whispered that. Hopefully YouTube doesn't pick it up and fucking copyright us to death.
Man. After that first, well, I mean, this is Saturday, but after that first half, I was thinking the Seahawks might actually win.
Look, that's yesterday, and you're just a sad story.
Yeah. But anyway,
let's talk about something even more sad. No,
more sad.
Yeah, they like
and then Pedro
running away from the fucking. Look, man, his name is
his mama called him Pedro. No, it's yeah, you're right. His name is Joel. In the
Joel,
show.
don't be, because you're gonna make me fuck up, and then I won't remember this nigga's name. Yeah. And then I'll be calling him Pedro the whole time.
You're right. His name is Mando.
Yeah. So then Mando goes with the brother Tommy, and Tommy is driving with the girl, and they haven't passed by all these. Like the little girl was like sad, man. I like how they set it up. Like they're passing by innocent people who may or may not be sick, and they just leaving them behind, and then they having to like run over people and run by people and like almost get chased down. That whole chase scene was like, it was a chase scene without chase.
Yeah.
It was really dope. And then the planes trying to land because they all are having to not be able to land at the airport because the city's locked down, and all just try to land in the middle of Massachusetts somewhere is just like fucking hilarious, but also terrifying. I don't know. It was an amazing shot. And then one of them crashing, probably because they was infected on that motherfucker. And then they fucking, that's my theory, and then they explode, and then boom, the truck is Dunzo. Dunzo.
Yeah.
Got you. And so then they get separated like a true video game, movie, television show. Tommy and Joel get separated because a fucking police officer can't handle his shit.
Police car got crashed into him and got him wedged in that alleyway, so they had to split up.
Of course they don't have a weapon. Of course Tommy the only one who had a weapon.
Yeah. Maybe he's the best shot. I don't know. Or maybe he's just like, this is my gun. Fuck you. I'm gonna carry my gun. Just to speak on like you were saying about that last scene, it was really well done. You really get the idea, the sense of like the desperation of them in the car, but just like you were saying, just the desperation of like the situation. Like without really having to say it, you get to see like, oh, planes are fucked up too. Oh, and also everybody in this town, they're gonna have to deal with this. Like, but you don't really have to explain that other than just like the visuals and just them freaking out and seeing what was going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Very War of the Worlds. Really like that movie.
Or you know what I was thinking about? It was Cloverfield.
Yeah, kind of Cloverfieldy as well. Yeah, for sure.
I almost said Scanner Darkly for some reason, but that is very much so not the same type of movie. But I've been drinking. Look, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Also a good movie. Doing it. Nothing like this show, but yes. But yeah, then like they Mando and his daughter, they get caught up by the military, and you get the sense that this military officer gets the orders to kill him and his daughter. He shoots at him. They kind of like tumble, and Tommy comes in to save the day, but we see that unfortunately, little girl got a fatal shot to the gut. Yeah, sad shit. What did you think of all this stuff?
I was like, man, that's unnecessary, but okay. You just killed this little girl. All right, well, yeah. Killing little girls. This is where we starting at. I was like, all right, well, cool. I'm down. Let's go. We killing little girls now.
Killing little girls.
I'm with it because I'm like, this means they got no boundaries in this. You know, like this is dark. We're going dark.
Yeah, this is one of the things that was kind of spoiled for me just from like knowing about things.
So you just because you know things, you
I know
gonna
things.
happen. Because you know things, because you know that Diet Dr Pepper has 0 calories. You know that, so you're just like, oh, I know that was gonna happen in this. You're really smart. You're a really smart guy.
In the words of Tyrion, I drink and I know things. But yeah, this is one of those things that kind of leaked out game. That I've heard about the game. But
so
yeah,
you know the game. See,
I know like 3 sad things that happen in the game. But that's about it.
You're gonna like have them like happen to you, like, and you're gonna like get to experience it in like ways that you don't even know how they're gonna make it happen.
Right. Yeah. It's like if I walked, like if Game of Thrones started, it's like I've never read the books, but I know that Ned Stark dies, and then I know that there's a red wedding. It's like knowing that walking into
Ned Stark dies.
Spoilers for Game of Thrones.
God damn, man. I'll never be able to watch anything.
Nothing on HBO Max. I guess I'm spoiling everything on there today. But then we skip 20 years later to the dystopian military state. What did you think of this like dystopian world that they kind of built up?
Dystopian. Predictable?
Predictable?
Yeah, totally. America would definitely handle it this way. I wonder if all the other countries are handling it the same way.
It does, feel very, like you said, like realistic, and but I was surprised that they went this way because in a lot of the movies, it's a lot like Walking Dead, where it's just kind of like a handful of people are still alive in any given town.
Yeah, there's not really an
infrastructure. Style. Yeah. There's not, So it was interesting to see like, oh, this place has an infrastructure, though it's fucked up. This is like,
they start out with a hanging. So the first thing we see is hanging getting ready to take place.
I forgot about the hanging. Yeah, they didn't like. Did we
just going back to hanging?
I didn't.
For some reason,
what they did.
Maybe they have to save electricity. I don't know. We don't have money. Oh yeah, they wouldn't have money for lethal injection or anything like that, and then they wouldn't have like. Yeah, they wouldn't have like the power to like just use electricity as much free. So gotta hang them niggas. Can't just be shooting niggas all the time. Bullets it costs a lot of money, and we don't really have a lot of those either. So look, man, we're hanging people and beating them to death. We're going medieval on that ass. I feel like they should just have swords.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, we're let's commit to the whole bit. It's when I see stuff like
this,
I
have a gun too, but like you rock with the sword.
Right, yeah. It's like, oh, he's a badass. He's got, you see, dude with a sword, don't fuck with him.
Yeah, you pull that out and chop you in half.
He made it himself. It took a really long time.
We're making like our own sci-fi fucking TV show right now.
Well, when I see
soldiers with swords and guns.
Well, when I see stuff like this, I think about like that episode of Community when like everybody reverts to like a medieval primal state, and like they have this lingo and everything, and then Britta's like, dude, it's been like 6 hours. Like, why? How long? Like, when did you convert to like this primal state? So like, it's been 20 years, but I'm curious at what point. Was it the 10-year point? Was the 8-year point where they decided to like revert back to hanging people?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, publicly.
I don't know, man. Who knows how long it took them to even get this shit together.
Right, yeah. Like it's 20 years though is like a realistic time period.
Like them tests that they use, like how long it take? Look how long it took them to figure out a test for COVID. Like how long do you think that COVID wasn't eating people?
Right.
In the streets.
In the streets.
Like it probably took them a good fucking 3-4 years to get a test going. Yeah, they had to round people up after that.
I can't imagine how insane it must have been. We might get some flashbacky stuff.
And you people are worried about staying at home. look at you people worried about staying at home during a fucking pandemic. These
right?
motherfuckers are getting eaten alive.
Oh, maybe that was commentary. Maybe I heard this little girl being dumb as hell was commentary on people not wanting to stay inside. Who knows? Probably not.
We just made it. We just made it commentary. We just commentated on it.
But then we see Mando in the present day, 2023.
Jolene.
We find out that Tommy, his brother, has been lost behind the wall for over 3 weeks. He's trying to find a way to go get him, but he needs a battery. So him and actress Anna Torv, I forget what her character's name was, Tess.
I don't know her real name, Tess. I know that name. Her name Tess.
Her name Tess. She was Dr. Wendy Carr from Mind Hunters, which loved that show.
Was she?
Yeah, I know. I thought that she was a different actress, so I looked her up and I was like, oh shit, no, that was Wendy. That's great, Dr. Wendy.
Crazy.
Loved her on that show. But her and Joel have this relationship, and they're kind of like a little 1-2 punch out here, just doing what they can.
It's funny you said punch because that's what we saw her basically have been done to her right when we meet her.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't recognize who she was because she was, they uglied her up with a big old fat shiner on her face.
Right. Yeah, she had already been kind of fucked up by the movie when we saw her.
If I'd have seen her before, I'd have been like, "Oh, that's her," because they can't make her look ugly, and she would look too good in a post-apocalyptic type world. No, you look too good. Nobody's gonna believe that. So they have to punch her in your face. Punch her in your face 4 times. That's how they really did it, y'all. She's a committed actress.
She's a committed actress. Yeah, she said, "I don't do makeup shit."
Fuck that. Punch me in my fucking face.
Little known fact, that's why she doesn't work very often, because she's very hard to work with. She insists that you beat the shit out of her.
One time she was asked to play a stroke when she tried to induce a stroke. She got kicked off a set one time. She was kicked off of the set.
It's you cannot inject insulin into yourself while we do this.
I'll sign off on it. They got rid of her. They replaced her with... Okay, I'm sorry. Gina Davis. Yeah. I don't know.
Jessica Chastain.
That's a better one. That's a better regular random ass white girl.
Jessica Chastain is the 2000s.
Nobody.
Gina
cares.
Davis.
I'll say that. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes. I knew you were gonna say some shit that was just gonna be.
I feel like she
absolutely
is. If you think about it.
Just your opinion. I don't
think about it.
Nobody is saying that. Nobody anywhere is saying that.
They're gonna be saying it now.
Nobody's saying those words.
But yeah, then later, we see, Anna Torv, Tess, she gets double crossed while trying to buy the battery for Mando so they can go get Tommy. So after she gets double crossed, they decide they're gonna go see this boy. And
what happened to that boy?
Go and get their money and their battery, but turns out everybody's already dead.
You know what? We forgot to mention that Joel was throwing little boys into the fire.
Oh yeah, that
was his job. He did, he does odd jobs. Apparently, you have to do crazy ass jobs for the government in this world too. That shit is crazy. But so they get to the little spot to go fuck this nigga up because you done fucked around and tried to sell my battery, dog. And then this nigga's dead. And I don't even know how they plan on going in there with all them niggas that was in there.
Right.
I don't know how they plan on going in there and
probably
fucking doing
gonna
anything.
die if
sounds like it.
And just to mention that scene that you were talking about, because I did really like that scene where he had to throw the kid in the fire. Because the one woman,
you are some sick human being, Alex.
I loved it.
I love that scene.
2 kid deaths in 15 minutes. I love it.
Less than 15 minutes. Jesus fucking Christ! It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was rough. I just really like the visual storytelling, which is first we see how the indicator, the virus indicator, works. And also we see, the one woman is oh, I can't do it. you can get the sense that maybe she had a child that died at some point. So she's like, oh, I can't do it. And then he's like,
she could just be a regular good type of human being too.
Or maybe just doesn't want to deal with that rough shit. But we also see the strength of this character. It's like, yeah, I actually had a child that died in front of me. So obviously I don't want to do this either.
No,
but I have to do it.
Well, you know what I got out of it? He was like, bitch, I'm about to get this money, bitch. We get paid by the body. You gotta get your ass out the way. Like he was like,
right?
He was like
trying to get them 2020
He was like, hey, look, they don't pay me to stand. They don't pay me to stand there and look at these things. You know what I'm saying? We got to throw them in there, and we got to burn. We got to pick them up when they done burning. Now, go on now.
Right?
Get on out the way now.
Yeah, it's not getting less sad. Him just sitting here.
Hey, he dead now. He dead already now. Go on now. Uncle Baby Billy is over there.
Go on now.
Go on now. Now, hey.
Uncle Baby Billy.
Now, you need to go on over there and just wipe your little face. Wipe your face. Wipe your face.
Wipe them tears.
Wipe them tears off your face now. Because I'm going to go ahead and pick this here boy. I'm going to pick up this little boy body and I'm going to throw him into the fire.
Pick up this little boy body.
Jesus wants this to happen. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
Man, I miss Righteous Gemstones. Can't wait till that comes back. But yeah, then back to the house where they're trying to get the battery, but everybody's dead. We see that the terrorist group Fireflies, or they're not a terrorist group. They're just like fighting against the federal.
They are terrorist, tyrannical
insurgencies.
These motherfucking usurpers of the government should be locked up. Communists is what they are.
Communists, Red Scare. And we should say that earlier we had a scene where we see that these Fireflies have a kidnapped kid, a little girl named Ellie, played by Bella Ramsey, as we mentioned, the littlest Mormont.
That's funny that her last name was Ramsey. And she was a Mormont. Fighting against
that's right.
The Ramseys.
Then we have Ramsey. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
Hey, you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome, people. Doing a really good American accent, I'll say.
Yeah. They watch a lot of American TV. Some of the things are translate over quite well. Yeah. Like shit and fuck you.
Yeah.
And the bird in general.
And maybe it's one of those things where, like, kids, it's easier for kids to learn languages when they're younger. Maybe it's easier for kids to do.
Man, get out of here. I ain't doing all that.
Who knows?
She's a great actress. She was a great actress in the Game of Thrones, her little role she had. And yeah, she's doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to me for recognizing that I recognized her.
Yeah, because I didn't recognize her at all. But yeah, you definitely were like, I've definitely seen this girl before.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people in the HBO family. We got big head and also Bella
big
Ramsey.
Head.
So
you just keep pulling off on that scab. Just keep putting a fresh Band-Aid on and then just ripping it on off. That's what you keep doing to me.
Maybe every episode is gonna start with that dude's show.
Yeah, oh man, I hope so. I hope so, man. I hope so. It's like,
but it's like none of them are gonna have to do with the virus anymore. It's just gonna be like next we're just gonna be talking to Richard Pryor.
Yeah, it'll be him and Mike Epps playing Richard Pryor on there.
Yeah,
that would be funny.
That'd be great. I would love that.
I would like who's the executive producer? Ben Stiller.
Oh man, no! If it was Ben Stiller, it'd be way weirder. Probably. Shout out to Severance.
Which we will be covering. So you guys gotta relax.
Severance too? Okay.
You guys gotta relax. We're gonna just do the whole wham bam thank you ma'am.
Whole kit and caboodle at once. But yeah, then we see the Fireflies, the leader of the Fireflies. She kind of desperately they're both desperate. Pedro and the Firefly lady are both in kind of in a tight spot. Firefly lady needs to get this Ellie little girl to a safe place, and Joel needs a battery for his car so he can go save Tommy. So he agrees to take her beyond the wall.
Man, how crazy things have gotten in just 20 years. You know, you need a battery. You used to be able to just go to AutoZone. Now you have to like kill people.
Right? Now you have to murder people with your bare hands.
It's crazy.
Things have changed. Cherish things.
Yeah, the times they are. I'm not gonna finish.
Hug your technician at the AutoZone next time you get your oil changed.
Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. I like the thought of y'all like going out and doing that because you heard that on this podcast. I love that. I want that to happen, but please don't do that.
But then we get to Mando and Mormont go beyond the wall with Dr. Wendy Carr, and we get this scene with one of the soldiers who Pedro had been selling the drugs to earlier in the episode.
Hydrocodone.
Hydro.
That ain't no hydro I ever smoked.
Yeah, this is the bad hydro, or at least like this not the.
It's the bad for you hydro.
Yeah, not the recreational hydro that I would be fucking with. What did you think of this scene? Just like where he's holding the gun up to Mando. Get the flashback. What did you think of all this?
Predictable. He's the main character. What is he gonna do? Shoot him?
Right, yeah, of course he's not gonna just shoot him.
Who's he gonna do? Shoot Ellie? Main characters, they're all safe in this scene, so then he beats the good goddamn dog shit out of him. and I think he killed him. So
yeah, he's probably dead.
He's probably a dead person.
Yeah. Either that or he's gonna be he's probably dead. And I did like the parallels between like how he lost his daughter and just clicking into him to try to give a shit a little bit more, because you could tell earlier in this episode he could care less about her. She's just cargo.
Could care less.
And he kind of has to keep himself emotionally closed off in that sense. He's throwing little boys in the fire. He's got to have some sort of emotional wall up to be doing.
Yeah, man, throwing little boys in fire is not normal day-to-day human activities.
Yeah, it's not putting a hammer to a nail. It's not what you want to do to make a living.
Wow, very harsh out there. Sorry for any nails out there. That
was insensitive to the nails.
That was a very insensitive comment for you to make towards nails.
I will be putting out a public apology next week. But in the meantime, in between time, are you excited about what happens next week on this show?
Can you imagine, like, on the community section, and it fucking pops up with a statement? It's like, I just, on the last episode of the Drunk Banthas podcast, I made a statement that was vilely insensitive towards nails, and I just want to apologize. And I don't even want to mean to implicate any hammers in any of this type of situation. I just want to let everybody know that
all hammers are different.
All hammers are different, and all nails should be created equal and treated with the respect and equality that everybody else receives.
Hey, I'm just looking for equality.
Toolboxes everywhere should just include everybody and treat them all the same.
Equal respect for equal toolbox stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
Tools. They get tools.
But yeah, are you excited about like where this series is gonna go?
Yes, I'm upset. There should have been 3 episodes so I can figure out if I like this show or not.
Well, HBO Max, they're one of the few shows out here who still does week to week. They want people talking about it.
Yeah, but even with House of the Dragon, they dropped 2 episodes first. They still always usually drop 2 episodes. So it's all good, though. I'm not mad. I'm not coming up to nobody's office and motherfucking complaining at HBO Max if shit don't happen on the next show that I fucking watch. I'm not the type of person who will do that.
Hey, I don't.
I am the type of person who will write an email, though. So expect that. HBO Max.
I don't mind watching it week to week. There's so much stuff out there anyway.
No, I don't mind watching it week to week. You asked me how I feel about it. I'm upset. I don't like cliffhangers and shit. I want to know stuff.
Want to know it all.
But, I'm very excited because we get to talk about it once a week now.
Indeed. I'm excited to see where the show goes. Everybody seems so stoked about it. This is one of the nerd things that I don't know about already. You know what I mean? Like when there's like an adaptation of a comic book thing or something like that, it's like we usually kind of was like, oh, I can't wait for the rest of y'all to know what's about to happen.
I bet you random internet guy knows about this one.
Oh yeah, probably. Oh man, I can't wait to talk to random internet guy about this. We need to invite him on.
Yeah, he needs to come on and explain to me what the fuck is going on. I need to know what the fuck is it? What is this? Is this even good yet? Is it sticking to the story? Like, is it just doing its own thing? Like,
yeah, I'm very curious because video games, TV shows, how much of this are they adding? How much are they taking away?
I'm not fixing to go buy this game. I'm not gonna play it. I just want y'all to know that. Like, I love y'all.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Speaking of random internet guy and video games, we will be talking about Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 soon on the Drunk Banthas channel and on Random Internet Guy's channel. So keep your ears to the ground or eyes to the screen, looking out for that. But
look
guys,
look out for it.
Keep a lookout.
There it is
on the horizon.
It's over there.
That? There's 3 horses. It's Random Internet Guy and those 2 Drunk Bantha fellows. I don't know what voice this is.
It was. I'm not mad at it.
I appreciate your support. And guys, we appreciate your support. We appreciate you subscribing, liking. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos and episodes of the pod. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Letterboxd, all the internet things at
They're all down
Drunk
there.
Banthas.
Like them.
Until next time, stay safe, my little fun guy.
Subscribe.
And may the force be with you.